A sellout crowd tonight here at Toyota Park. This is the home of the Chicago Fire of Major League Soccer. Tonight, these fans are watching women's soccer, United States getting ready to take on Germany. And you see many of the familiar faces from the Olympic gold medal winning team for the United States. They've been undefeated so far in this fan tribute tour, playing 3 games, but this will be the toughest competition that they have faced so far when they take on Germany. Let's take a look at the starting lineup tonight, starting 11 for the United States.
Well, we've already highlighted some of the United States players, but let's talk about the big reason why the U.S. is #1. It's Hope Solo. She is the best goalkeeper in the entire world. She has raised the level of excellence in that position and will go down in history as probably the greatest keeper of all time in the United States history.
0.95 goals against average during the Olympics, 3 shutouts, won every game. 6-0-0 was her record in that tournament. Opposite side, let's take a look at Germany. They'll also have many familiar names from previous World Cups.
Well, Germany's doing a great job of blending the young and the old, but Nadine Anger, the goalkeeper for them, was arguably the #1 until Hope Solo upset her in that position. The reason why she's so good is she's the most technically proficient goalkeeper in the world, and she is the leader for this team. She's anchoring the younger players and giving them a basis that they can excel in by being such a strong personality for the Germans.
Very experienced goalkeeper, part of 2 winning World Cup teams. Was also in the 2011 Women's World Cup team that left the tournament earlier than they certainly expected when they lost to Japan in the quarterfinals. She's also helped them to win bronze medals in the Olympics. They did not qualify, though, for the last one. They didn't finish in the top 2 in the last World Cup. That's how the European teams were chosen for the Olympics. Let's go downstairs and join another member of our broadcast team. Downstairs we go to Ashley Ignelzi.
Well, JP, after speaking with Jill Ellis, a recurring theme of our conversation was the aggressive nature and speed of Germany out on the flanks. She said they really like to get the ball out wide, push numbers forward, and get service into the box. So that is definitely something to keep an eye on. JP, let's send it back up to you.
Thanks, Ashley. Germany will be in the white tops, black shorts. USA in red, white, and blue. Red and white stripes. Shannon Box, #7, very experienced player. Megan Rapinoe, outstanding during the Olympics. Sort of in an unsung role when all the attention was focused on Alex Morgan, Abby Wambach, and Hope Solo.
Well, she was a big reason why Alex Morgan and Abby Wambach had such great tournaments, because she provided such sophisticated service they could easily make something out of.
Ready to go from Toyota Park in Bridgeview, Illinois, USA and Germany. Over the ball is Wambach and Morgan. USA will take it, and it's played to the right. Immediate long ball. Germans are strong in the air. They've always been that way. Coming back, Bianca Schmidt. That could have been trouble. Could have been trouble, but Unger is right there to smother it.
This is something you'll see the first 5 to 10 minutes of the United States game. They always like to put the ball in the opponent's half, put them under pressure and make them build out of it, especially when the nerves are at the highest point in the start of a game.
Morgan trying to bring it down. Wambach was in the neighborhood, couldn't get to it. Bresnik, #10, in the white and black of Germany. They were looking to play it immediately, but it's going to be cut off by Bueller and played back to Hope Solo. Marajan was the player they were seeking out. 14 in the white and black. She was named the most outstanding player in the under-20 World Cup this past year. Lost there by Cheney in the middle. Germany trying to get some numbers forward. They were looking for Bresnik, but it was cut off. Christy Rampone, team captain, clears for Morgan. Rapinoe had Wambach breaking, had that ball broke to the outside instead of inside. Another long ball attempt that was towards Morgan. Odebrecht couldn't get it in the air for Germany. Wambach settles it. The knock from Box. Schmidt will go after it. Chased by Tobin Heath. Nice job to turn it back upfield, but then it's taken right back by Heath. Squared in the middle. Morgan in the box. Sent it low. A goal for the U.S. Wambach, 1-0 U.S. that was after the Germans had control of the ball.
Well, Schmidt, the right back for Germany, is way too comfortable. This is what's impressive about Cheney. She looks and she's able to find time and space to Morgan. I think Alex Morgan was shooting that ball, not actually trying to play Abby in, but because it's on frame and Abby reads the play, she's able to run onto it. She never gave up on the shot, even though originally it looked like it might be easily saved.
That goal coming very early, second minute of play. Morgan with the pass, but Heath did all the legwork for it after it seemed like Bianca Schmidt had done a great job winning the ball and heading upfield.
I really think Lauren Cheney was the key to that. If you can watch that again, she looks over her shoulder, sees where her defender is, and that's why Lauren Cheney is sitting in that 10 spot, because she's so good at reading space and turning in that pocket.
Career goal 147 for Abby Wambach, trailing only Mia Hamm's 158 all time as Rampone sends the free kick in. A loose ball cleared by Bresnik for Germany. The U.S. will get it right back on the left. That pass was denied. Rapinoe trying to leave it there. She'll get it back. Nearly handled by the Germans, but play goes back upfield. Marozhin looks for Mittag. Box helped to break it up, and now Germany is back on it. Lavette Peter, number 4 in the white and black of Germany, on the attack. Heather Mitz on that right side. Patterson lost possession from outside the box. Well, Germany had the numbers, but couldn't do much with the ball, and now the foul is called. Mittag is a player they'll try to find in that 4-2-3-1. U.S. leading 1-0 on an Abby Wambach goal. It came in the second minute of play. And against Germany, a team that they certainly respect in the form that the Germans have come in, that early goal could be a huge boost to the United States.
It's an incredible boost. It gets the monkey off their back. They're not going to have to worry about coming from behind. They're already in advantage, and it has to be a huge confidence boost, and now they have momentum.
Alex Morgan's not agreeing with the referee's call. Margaret Domka, who was a referee in the Under-20 World Cup in 2012. The U.S. won that over Germany, 1-0 in the final. Kelly O'Hara will play it to the right. Bueller, Mitz. Weather-wise, they're saying it's 56 degrees here. It's better than it was yesterday. Nice night for soccer and a great turnout there at Toyota Park. O'Hara will clear it towards Rapinoe. One in the air by Germany. Give it right back. Mitz to the outside for Rapinoe. Rapinoe is very versatile. She'll pop up with both flanks. Has some freedom to roam. Quick restart. Cheney under some pressure. Back to Bueller.
That's what the United States is looking for all day long. Go one way and then quickly shift it with fast tempo and fast pace on the ball to the other side. That's how you beat Germany. That's how you prevent getting boxed in and letting them get organized behind you.
Unger will hold inside the German box. To the right for Schmidt, who plays for Frankfurt. 7 players in this starting 11 play for the same club team, Frankfurt. 9 in total on the roster that they brought over.
They call it FFC Deutschland, actually. They didn't call it FFC Frankfurt over there. Ali Krieger on the phone conversation was telling me she plays for that team. She's like, I play on the German national team, essentially.
That's cut off by Odebrecht. Bartusiak. Peter with a clearance. Rampone tried to win it in the air. Box picks it up. Back to O'Hara. Converted forward to Bueller. Under some pressure from Mittag. Rampone. Sent forward. That's cut off. Cron's pass was blocked. Rapinoe. Box. It's knocked away. Mitz is on it. We saw some of this last night at training. They were very crisp.
They were very crisp. I've had the privilege of going to basically all their pregame training in this fan celebration tour. It is the sharpest they have been this entire 2 months. You know, originally they're physically and emotionally exhausted, but I saw a little pep in their step. I think they're starting to recover from the big physical toll and emotional toll the Olympics takes.
Bresnik to the right. One of the many veterans on this squad with multiple World Cups and Olympics. Bresnik was looking over the top, and that's too far for Lauder. Sylvia Nye trying to blend the old and the new. We asked her yesterday how different her team was without Birgit Prinz, and she gave us an interesting answer. She thinks a bit more dynamic, a little more versatile, younger too.
Well, because you had Birgit Prinz step down, and actually I think also because Kim Cooley got hurt in the World Cup, she had to learn how to rely instead of on 2 key personalities, spread it out a little bit, spread the responsibility out. And when she had to do that, she had to give them playing time. And these opportunities, they took advantage of. And that's why so many younger players are making their mark on this German team.
Odebeck sending it over. Knotted down by Bresnik. Schmidt picked off. O'Hara. That was the Tobin Heath long ball to Wambach. Annika Kron is back. She heard the footsteps of Wambach, so she just cleared it out to safety, but it's a USA throw-in. Jill Ellis, the interim head coach, we're told she'll have that position for this game and the next game. And then that'll be it. They hope to have a new coach in place. If they don't, obviously Jill's time could be extended. In line Morgan, nobody there to help, nobody close enough. Now Heath came in late on the turnover. That's sent upfield by Marozhin to Mittag. Marozhin continues to run. Knocked away. That was Box coming back. Good team defense by the U.S., but then they give it right back. Mittag. Bresnik. Floating it inside the box. Thought that was handled. It's going to be cleared away. No call. The U.S. will get it back anyway with Rapinoe. Mitz all the way to the right. Rapinoe holds 3 goals, 4 assists during the Olympics. Those were her numbers. Tied with Morgan for the most assists on the squad. The U.S. looking very comfortable on the ball in the early going.
They are, but they're also being given space in their own defensive third. Germany's holding back a little bit more than Jill Ellis anticipated.
Up for Wambach, towards Morgan. And out for a U.S. throw-in.
This is what I love about the United States and this tandem of Morgan and Wambach. She didn't receive a great ball, but Abby and Morgan have a way of making something out of nothing. And now Germany is in their own defensive third.
Morgan, Rapinoe by the corner flag. Low cross was denied by Germany. Mittag waits for some help on this right wing. Tough ball for Bresnik. She was open. O'Hara with a throw-in out of Stanford, played in every minute of those Olympics at that left back spot. Another throw-in, but this time it's going to be reversed. Germany's ball. Schmidt. Knocked out. Still Germany's ball on the throw-in. Germany have played in 10 games this year. They've won them all. But this will be their stiffest opponent for sure. They're coming off of 7-0 and 10-0 triumphs versus Turkey and Kazakhstan. Bresnik's pass cut off by Rapinoe. Mitz. Rampone at age 37. 4 World Cups and 4 Olympics for Christy Rampone.
Captain dependable is what she is. She's never injured, and she is aging so well. May have lost a step or two here, but she's still so quick that her losing a step, she's still the fastest player for the United States.
Marozhin's turn blocked. Long shot was blocked as well. Gathered in by the U.S. Rapinoe knocked away from her. Another long ball try intended for Wambach. Rapinoe's back on the ball for Box. Great idea on the switch. Well done to O'Hara. She was looking for Morgan. Schmidt takes over. Bresnik. Lauder's pass ahead, intercepted by Bueller. Mintz to Box, back to Heather Mintz. Rapinoe. Shannon Box in the middle. Number 7 in the red, white, and blue for the U.S. Intended for Wambach. Bresnik. Nice turn from Mittag. Marozhin didn't come up with the ball, but looked like she was going to get to it. Here's the long ball up the middle, just off, intended for Mittag from Odebrecht.
Now, Odebrecht is a unique case. This is why a league would be so great in the United States, because Odebrecht wasn't on the national team. She was originally, took a 6-year hiatus, but because she was playing so well for Potsdam, all of a sudden she's now back on the team. What they're looking for is to find those splits and that seam ball that Germany excels at, and number 17, Odebrecht, who actually went to Florida State University, is perfect for that role.
Wambach from Box, brought down. Nice fake, played out by Heath. O'Hara's cross. Germany wins another in the air. And before they could build, they lose it. Marozhin went in hard after that, couldn't come up with it. Heath turns it back. Bueller has Rampone beside her. Rapinoe. 14th minute, USA leading on a goal in the 2nd minute by Abby Wambach. Alex Morgan, Fetter got the assist. Up the middle, Mittag. Can she get free? In the box, looking to tie it up, and she does. 1-1. Germany are right back in it.
Well, what a deflating goal for the Americans, and you could start to see the transition happen. You could start to see Germany gain momentum, and all starts with Bueller diving in for a ball, not getting the ball or the player in Mittag. The MVP in Sweden, she was voted by all the coaches for being the best player over Marta, over Bachmann, over Boquet. But here's why. She takes a touch, looks up, and chips the keeper with her non-dominant foot. She is a world-class poacher and an incredible goal scorer.
That was a great chip. It's her 15th goal of her international career. Playing as the lone striker in a spot that Birgit Prinz claimed for years with Germany. Their all-time leading goal scorer has since retired. Whoever fills those shoes, those are huge. So we'll see what that does to the game as Box goes to switch. Beringer. Marozhin. Germany will hold there with Beringer. Lost it there. 2-game series here with Germany. They'll play again Tuesday at Rentschler Field in East Hartford, Connecticut. Same 2 clubs. Schmidt. And off target, intended for Bresnik. Mittag's goal has gotten Germany equal. It was right up the middle, but a great chip.
It was a great chip. She takes the touch away, buys herself more angle with this longer touch, isolates both the defenders. With that long touch, she's able to buy herself enough time, looks up, and is able to chip Hope Solo.
Box and Rapinoe. Rapinoe getting to it. Comes back to Bueller in the air. Box. Heath. Wambach. Morgan trying to go. Everybody's on the chase. Oh, nice job on the tackle. No foul was called. Morgan is still looking up, and about 19,000 people agree with her.
And 19,000 people need glasses. That's an incredible tackle. Bartusiak is a world-class defender. In fact, a FIFA All-Star in the 2011 World Cup. A well-timed tackle, all ball, and that is clinical.
You can see a better look there in the replay, and even seeing it live.
But to be fair, Alex Morgan does not dive. Baby Horse never falls down unless she's hit. So I can see why people thought that might be a foul, because she never goes down.
Rapinoe trying to blast it from distance. Bresnik will pick it up. Germany back on the ball in the 18th minute of a 1-1 game here at Toyota Park. Schmidt into the middle. Odebrecht. Peter got it forward. Odebrecht versus Box. She'll take it wide. Down the wing. Morosian. Offside flag is up on Germany. Anything surprise you about the first 17 minutes?
I'm surprised the United States scored so quickly. You know, they have talked about how they're just here and they're going to try to do their very best, but that was a dominant stamp on the game. That was an assertive play from a team that was just kind of being like, we're going to do our best today. You know, we're not physically in superior shape. We're not tactically or technically prepared, but that's the mentality of the United States. Always start strong.
And no doubt, just the presence of Germany, the U.S. knew that that would bring out the best in them because they don't want to be embarrassed here. And that's obviously a possibility if Germany was in form and the U.S. was not.
Absolutely. There's so much respect for Germany and vice versa. Most teams that play the United States, they're nervous playing against the States. They come in and they have this intimidation factor that the U.S. uses to their advantage. Germany's not one of them. They have a healthy respect, healthy nerves, but they believe that they can always beat the United States.
Box. It's deflected back by Morgan. She'll try to win another ball. Back for Box. Rapinoe. Intended for Morgan up the middle. She and Wambach were both breaking. Instead, it's Babette Peter for Germany. Over the halfway line for Morosian. Didn't make it. Box will try to turn it back the other way. Intended for Morgan. That's blocked. Wambach's on the chase. Still chasing. Germany is able to collect it wide to Peter. Bartusiak. Back to Peter, and Germany will settle things down in the 20th minute. Annika Kron. Schmidt. U.S. backing off a little bit. Germany has a little bit of room to play. Bresnik. Now they double up on the wing. And did the U.S. get it? They did. Quick throw into Morgan. The touch to Rapinoe. Pushed ahead by Heath, but it's going to be too far. Annika Kron holds it. Goes to switch. Getting louder at Toyota Park. Ball is played all the way to the back to goal. We have Kat Whitehill with us. You saw her in the pregame show. Let's get another perspective of the way this game is going. Kat, what are you seeing in the first 20-plus minutes?
Well, the main thing that I'm seeing right now is that, you know, while the U.S. hasn't been playing together, they're a little bit tentative with like combination play and just structure in the back. The Germans, they're here to play, and I love their mentality, and they've talked a lot about how they want that U.S. mentality, and they want to gain that, and that's something that's been missing from their game, and I'm seeing it a little bit here. They were not fazed at all by the United States scoring in those first couple of minutes, and they've just started really playing, and them playing together is showing a bit, but I love what I'm seeing down here. It's a great atmosphere, and both teams have really come to play today, and it's fun.
Fans are having fun. This is reminding me a little bit of '99 after the World Cup was won. The frenzy afterwards, some sellout crowds, and now with the social media, players are even more popular today.
Well, players aren't just athletes now, they're brands, and the United States has done a good job of their individual personalities coming out, using Twitter, using Facebook. But it's beautiful to see the sport growing the way that it has, both back in '99 and now a resurgence with this newer group.
Morosian looked like she was going to go off to the races until she got clipped. It'll be a free kick for Germany.
We get to see Morosian so good on the ball. Doesn't matter how many people are around her. Tobin needs a little bit of an ankle biter of a tackle.
Back to live action. Germany on the ball in the white and black. Played into the box. Nobody near it. It's wide of Hope Solo. Melanie Berenger, one of their most experienced players as well. We've seen her in previous World Cups and Olympics. They have kept the core together. Prins is gone, Garifakis is retired as well, but the core is together. Some of their better young players, though, are injured and not able to play tonight. That hurts Germany.
Well, about 5 players that were in the Women's World Cup under 20 that just happened this past September, but a lot of them are hurt. But the fact that Silvia Neid, the head coach for Germany, is giving them these opportunities speaks to how much confidence she has in them.
Norwegian's one of those key players to look for in the present and in the future. Schmidt on the ground, broken up. This is going to go out of play for a throw-in. Silvia Neid taking some notes. She's using this as a great opportunity to see what some of her young players can do under competition like this. And even though they're not in the form that they would have been during the Olympics, this is still a tough opponent for Germany to play the U.S. here tonight. Throw in for Germany, a 1-1 game. Odebrecht. It's a nice ball to Bresnik. She'll play in the middle. Not sure how that one was missed, but it was. Lauder had a chance to make it 2-1. She's not going to get a better opportunity than this.
Well, it's the interplay they like. Up, back, Bresnik crossing to Loader. Loader trying to put it in the side netting, just missed, but their ability to pick out the run in the slot is what made that play so special. But look at Lauren Cheney, number 12 for the United States. She's not tracking her player, and because of that, Germany has a great opportunity that they should have finished.
It's a great ball from Bresnik, passed up a shot, but the better opportunity was in the middle to Lauder. Odebrecht sending it the other way. We were talking before about the U.S. being comfortable on the ball. We're seeing Germany now a bit more comfortable. Throw in for the U.S.
You're right, JP, and part of that is because the United States isn't holding possession that long. Germany's getting more touches on the ball. They're building confidence, and part of that is because the United States isn't using the width anymore. Everything is route one down central. That doesn't mean direct balls, but that means the interplay and the passing is within a 25-yard radius right down the center of the field.
Ungerer with his clearance over the halfway line. Second ball off a bounce. Germany looking to get it. They don't. Rapinoe cuts that one off. Well done. It's deflected. Well, if there was a whistle there, we can't hear it with the noise level in the stadium. Rapinoe's been all over this field in the early going. 25 minutes plus. So there was a foul. Free kick for Rapinoe. She'll launch this ball in. One deflection. That's going to go wide. Looking for a second ball there.
The United States has the luxury of having not only Abby Wambach, but Shannon Box to be his targets. And Boxy is in the right place at the right time. Unfortunately, her technique let her down at the last second, and the ball just pops up. But an excellent service by Megan Rapinoe in between the back line and Nadine Angerer, the goalkeeper for Germany. She couldn't come out, and it just dropped right to Shannon Box.
Another foul on the Germans. Quick restart by Rapinoe. Cut Germany off guard. Rapinoe gets it out from Mitz. The cross swept away by Schmidt. Headed forward, but given right back to the U.S. They're going to return the favor. But the foul was called against the United States and trying to win the ball back. Foul on Cheney. Upfield comes Germany. Mittag, Lauder, switching to Berenger. And that's going to be too far for her. Germany played too quickly that time. Needed a better ball to keep possession wide. Box taken down. Germany recovers. Then loses. Rapinoe how quickly Germany tries to win it back. This time, they foul.
Well, Germany's cue on when to press is anytime it goes wide. You'll notice that anytime Mitz gets the ball, Rapinoe, and they receive it in wide positions, Behringer on the left side will stomp on Mitz and Rapinoe. And on the other side, you have Bresnik stepping on Kelly O'Hara. That's the cue for Germany to press.
U.S. with the speed of Morgan. She was slowed down somewhat. Plays it late. Heath looking, cutting. No shot. Unger pounced up. That was good defending to not give Heath an opportunity for a clear look at goal. Bresnik up the wing. Off the chest of Mittag. Her nice chip over Hope Solo gave Germany the equalizer. 1-1 here at Toyota Park. Throw in for Germany. The U.S. would love to use the speed of Alex Morgan to help them out offensively. But Germany's obviously aware of Morgan's speed. This is going to go back the other way now to the United States.
The United States just needs to be a bit more accurate with their passing and looking up, and when they're going to hit a long ball, don't hit it to Wambach, hit it to Morgan. But a lot of that you have to give credit to Germany because they're not giving time on the ball. The United States to pick their head up and find that longer service.
Rampone is coming over to take this free kick. Driven ball. Germany will take it right back. It's a nice job by O'Hara to at least slow Germany down. It's still going to be Germany's ball on the throw-in. Schmidt for Lauder, who missed a great opportunity to put Germany on top several minutes ago. This is Schmidt. Ocean's pass is cut off by Box. Mitz. Back to Solo. O'Hara shows for it. Played back by Cheney. Rampone for Lauren Cheney. Box. Doubled up there. Germany takes it away with Odebrecht. Yvette Peter. Simone Lauder. Trying to shake free from Wambach. Odebrecht. Annika Kron drives it left. The ball apparently was out in the far sideline. It's a USA throw-in. Rapinoe on the turn. Intended for Box, broken up. Odebrecht again. To Lauder. Rapinoe's down. And play is going to be stopped.
Well, Rapinoe went into a challenge with one of the German players. Fighting for the ball. We can see Peter lunging in, getting Rapinoe as well, and only Rapinoe, not even the ball. That's definitely a foul. And Megan Rapinoe was slow to get up after that challenge.
Trying to shake it off. U.S. will have a free kick opportunity from the University of Portland.
She's smiling at the referee saying foul.
Germany back on the ball with Annika Kron, Bianca Schmidt. Bresnik for Schmidt. Forced back to Ungerer. Bartusiak for Annika Kron. Tapped over to the near sideline. It's going to be out of play. Quick throw in for Germany. Schmidt gave it right back. Tobin Heath battles, wins it, almost dribbled out of that. That's a little showtime.
She's one of the most technical players in the whole United States, and I would love it if she was able to show that more. Take that skill on the ball and make it more functional. Beat players in more dangerous positions. Show that creative flair that she has a complete possession of.
Ocean's pass to the outside. Behringer trying to return it. That's picked on by Mitz to Box. A little tug there from Behringer towards Rapinoe. Out for a U.S. throw-in. knotted it down. Germany gets it back. Bresnik over the halfway line. Being chased by Heath. Schmidt. A 1-1 game, 33rd minute. Back for Schmidt. Square to Odebrecht. Good idea in the switch to Peter. In towards the box. U.S. wanted in the air. It's going to be blocked out. It's going to be the U.S. ball on the throw-in. Tobin Heath, the starting 11, made this nifty move moments ago.
Well, she was unknown entity leading the Olympics, but she secured a starting spot because of little flashes of brilliance like that. She's able to beat pressure with skill on the ball, and that is the next evolution that the United States wants to see more of their players have.
She had 3 assists in the Olympics, played in all 6 games, 4 games as a starter. And you wonder, with a new coach, maybe she gets more playing time, maybe more freedom. Time will tell. But a new coach does change things, whoever is hired, whenever they are hired.
Absolutely. It's an audition for all these players again.
Mittag on the cross. Solo and O'Hara didn't seem to be on the same page on that. But the U.S. comes away with the ball. There's no panic there. Heath. The middle, not a good clearance. U.S. got it back, and then in that collision, the foul is on Germany.
Well, Heather Mitts going into this challenge, trying to prevent a dangerous attack, and her and Berenger knock knees. Berenger is a very physical player for Germany. She's not afraid to mix it up, and Mitts was trying to prevent a dangerous situation for the United States and went in with her body first.
The U.S. will have the ball right by the halfway line on this free kick for Rampone. USA captain is ready to launch this one deep. Wambach couldn't get to that. Rapinoe, low cross, picked off by Odebrecht for Peter. Given right back to Mitts under heavy pressure. Rapinoe, Odebrecht, fouled the U.S. Berenger was taken down by Rapinoe.
Megan Rapinoe trying to beat Berenger with a little bit of scope. Berenger reads it so easily, just picks her pocket. Megan Rapinoe's not afraid as well to put a little jab in. She can be a bit nasty at times and give it out as well as she takes it, because she is fouled quite a lot by opponents.
36th minute, a 1-1 game at Toyota Park. U.S. scored in the 2nd minute to take that early lead, but Germany has come back with a goal by Mittag, her 15th international goal. Germany holds far sideline. Lauter gave it back to Shannon Box. Into the middle it comes. Looking over the shoulder for options is Cheney. Heath. Tobin Heath to the outside. O'Hara. Nice idea to Morgan. That's cut off.
Something that the Germans do as well as most European countries is they use their bodies so well to defend. Right there, Schmidt, that's the 2nd time she's bodied off an American from getting the advantage on the ball.
On the turn, Morgan, easy play for Unger.
Well, you take another look at why the Germans are so good. They are such strong, physical players because of this. Schmidt holding off Morgan, just knocking her a little bit off a run. Rule number 1 defending, if you can't get the ball, you get the player. And Schmidt knows she's going to be outpaced by Morgan, does that.
Rapinoe to the right. Cheney to Heath. Plays it back to Bueller. Short pass to Box. Intended for Rapinoe, that's cut off. Germany are back on the ball. There's the pressure from Rapinoe on Odebrecht. Up the wing from Bartusiak. Cheney. Slow pass back, put Bueller in trouble. Collision there with Mittag. Bueller did well not to lose possession there.
I think Bueller got the name Bulldozer from the German media for tackles just like that. She is on this team because of her tenacity and her toughness in all her challenges.
U.S. will have the ball. The 38th minute, 1-1 game. In front of a great crowd here at Toyota Park. O'Hara for Bueller. Cheney holds. Chased by Mittag. Pass one in the air by the Germans. And then in that collision, the foul goes on Tobin Heath. And Lauder stays down.
Well, Tobin Heath isn't really known for her defensive prowess, but she's not afraid to go up for this challenge. She is fouling Lauder because she's diving into the player, bouncing heads, and Heath can't believe it, but you don't see Tobin Heath going up for many head balls in a defensive responsibility, but I like the aggressiveness in which she's attacking that ball.
Lauder is okay. Back to playing is Germany. Off a flick intended for Bresnik. Quick pass toward Heath. Bueller sends it farther. Germany will hold it. Up for Schmidt. Holding right side, Bresnik. Lauder. Not much room in that sideline. Here in the 40th minute. Morozhin broken up. Let's go downstairs to Kat Whitehill. What are you seeing over the last 10 minutes or so, Kat?
Abby Wambach and Alex Morgan, they're just kind of running straight for the goal. They want to score as many goals as they can in this Fan Celebration Tour. Right now, I just saw Lauren Cheney a little bit ago talking to Abby, be like, come back a little bit, check back to us so that we can play a little bit off you, be a little bit more patient, and it's very understandable that they want to score some goals.
It's an easy play for Solo. Kate, why haven't we said Alex Morgan's name more? And even Abby Wambach, they've had relatively few touches than normal.
It's because the service they're getting is so from such a far distance that it's predictable, getting picked off by the Germans. They need someone to sit in that space between Germany's backline and midfield, like a Lauren Cheney. And then that pass that like Lauren Cheney has to make is only 10 yards. It's more unpredictable, it changes the game, and it buys them time and space on the ball.
Good first half, 41st minute, even at 1. USA and Germany, number 1 and 2 ranked teams in the world. Pushed upfield by Rampone, taken back by Odebrecht. Bresnik. Morozhin. It's blocked. Lauder for Bresnik. Schmidt. Annika Kron carries it upfield for Germany. Lauder. Schmidt. Some higher pressure that time from Wambach. Germany will still keep it with Unger way away from goal. Long ball from Bartusiak. The flag is up. The assistant referee on this near sideline.
The following event has been selected for tonight's halftime contest with Jenna Adams.
42nd minute, even at 1. Wambach and Mittag are the goal scorers in this one for the USA and Germany.
Near section 123.
Last time they met in Cleveland, you were playing in that game. It was a 4-0 domination by the United States.
Well, it wasn't a 4-0 domination until later in the second half. In the first half, it was a pretty balanced game, and it could have gone either way.
The score was dominating then.
The score was a bit misleading. It's because I came in the second half.
That's the reason.
Just kidding.
That's the reason.
With all my
But you played
efforts.
against many of these players.
I did, and
for
what I
Germany.
love about number 11, Mittag, is if you watch her in the game, she never sits on that back line. She's always sitting in that seam, and it's unsettling to defenses because you're always having to look where she is. And that's why Germany is able to have all this interplay and passing, and that's something the United States needs to replicate. They need to sit people in between these lines a bit more.
Stepping up his mitts on the right. It's knocked out. Throw it for Germany. Knocked up field. And foul is going to go against the U.S. So Germany will keep it. Mittag is the goal scorer for Germany. Abby Wambach for the U.S. 1-1 in the closing stages of the first half. For Morosian, she can't get to it solo. Quick off her line to make sure there's no trouble.
Well, that's something the United States is hopefully picking up on, is that every time Berenger gets the ball, she's not looking to go end line. She's not looking to take Heather Mitts on 1v1. She's looking to play balls into the seam between Rachel Bueller and Chris Rampone, the two United States center backs.
Nice job by Bresnik against O'Hara. Bresnik has options. And looked like she's ready to shoot. Lost possession. Here's Odebrecht. Lauder, Berenger to the outside. Peter. Berenger into the box. Right to Solo. She looks to jumpstart the offense with that long ball. It's cut off by Schmidt. Annika Kron for Germany in the final minute of the first half. Europino, box. U.S. advancing. Morgan in the box, looking. Gains the end line, played it back. Nice attempt from Cheney.
Once again, would Janet Adams of Bentonville.
Well, trying to defend Alex Morgan is like trying to hold on to sand. She is so elusive, picks her head up, and finds Lauren Cheney, who gets good contact on the ball with a late arriving run. Unfortunately, the serve is a little bit behind her. But this happened because of a turnover in the midfield due to higher pressure. That would have been great for the United States to go into halftime with a 2-1 lead against a Germany team that's in form, against an American team that's heading into their offseason.
Plenty to talk about for Jill Ellis, the interim head coach of the United States women's
The
national
referee
team.
has added 1 minute of stoppage
1 minute will
time
be
to
added
the
on
first
here
half.
in the first half of play. A competitive first half. U.S. scoring first, very early, second minute. Germany with the equalizer from Mittag after Wambach scored to put the U.S. on top. Schmidt. Odebrecht. Nice turn, Mittag. First time we're spotting her out wide. Squares it to Odebrecht. Peters moving forward on the left. Now they'll find her. Almost through with this first half of play. Odebrecht. Berenger. Out wide. Peter. That's going to do it. Let's get your quick thoughts on the first half.
Well, it was a good first half of the United States, considering that they're not as prepared as they usually are heading into a game against Germany. They have to be excited heading into halftime, and you have to imagine that they're going to make some substitutes to get some fresh legs in there against the talented Germans.
Mittag got the equalizer for Germany after Abby Wambach had scored the first goal that came so early in the second minute of play. So after 45 minutes, 1-1, United States and Germany. Stick around. After this break, we'll go back to our desk right behind goal here at Toyota Park in Bridgeview, Illinois. John Strong and Kat Whitehill will take us through halftime.
U.S. and Germany tied at 1 here at the half, and Kat Whitehill, U.S. getting on the board early once again.
Yeah, they were, and that's hard work from Tobin Heath, and then Alex Morgan, Abby Wambach connection. It's always been there, and they're doing an amazing job of just knowing exactly where each other is in the box. And Alex, I love this ball coming in. It's sent in on the ground, so easy for Abby to finish. But then the Germans come back, and this is great work in the midfield from Lauder with the combination play and finding Mittag, and Mittag was able to split both Chrissy Rampone and Kelly O'Hara, and with an excellent world-class finish from Mittag, and she is just playing so well right now, one of the top Swedish player in the Swedish league, and you can see that she has a lot of confidence and composure finishing a ball like that. And the U.S., it was just difficult all day with their defense. They just seemed a little bit out of sync, and the Germans, they were finding those spaces in behind, finding plate people in the box, but then the United States finally got another opportunity with Lauren Cheney just missing. But a nice job again, yet again from Alex Morgan, using her speed and finding Lauren Cheney running in through the midfield.
Well, you're saying the U.S. feels out of sync. We heard those warnings coming into the game that, hey, you know, it's a celebration tour, we're not quite there. Is this something they can fix in the second half, or do they just have to find a way to play around it?
Yeah, I think they're going to really have to play around it right now. I mean, you've only come in, they've been here since Thursday, so that's 2 days worth of practice. They are really in that rest mode, and the Germans are not in that mode at all. So it's going to be something they're going to have to deal with the whole half, but that's okay. It's a lot of fun for them to play in this kind of environment. They're enjoying it. They're trying to get as many goals as possible, and okay, they're out of sync. They don't need to be in sync, so it's fine with them, and they'll deal with it, and they're going to bring in some fresh legs, and it'll just be fun to watch.
And again, really just a quarter down this series against Germany. They're playing 2 matches in quick succession against the Germans, the other one coming up on Tuesday in Connecticut as part of this fan tribute tour. Then you see the 2 matches against Ireland. We'll have the one for you in Portland at the end of November before a game in December here on Fox Soccer against the team they vanquished in that famous 1999 World Cup final, China. Coming up, we'll take a look at today's action from the Barclays Premier League. Set you up for a big Sunday on Fox Soccer Channel. 45 down, 45 to go here in Chicago. One apiece between the U.S. and Germany. Well, what a great atmosphere it has been so far tonight just outside Chicago, and they've seen a pretty good game so far. The U.S. women and Germany tied at 1 apiece here on stop number 4 of the fan tribute tour. Earlier today, a great day in the Barclays Premier League. Manchester City a man down, but they get 2 late Edin Dzeko goals to beat West Brom. Manchester United get Wayne Rooney's 200th for the club and an own goal as they beat Jeff Cameron and Stoke City. Andre Villas-Boas returned to Stamford Bridge, spoiled by Chelsea in a seesaw affair as they beat Spurs 4-2. Tomorrow here on Fox Soccer, the Tyneside derby, Sunderland and Newcastle. The early game followed by QPR taking on Tim Howard and Everton. Just the beginning of the day, the latest episode of the show that every soccer fan I've talked to the last 2 months has something to say about, being Liverpool, followed by goals on Sunday with special treats from our new contributor Grant Wall and the great Alan Shearer. Second half kickoff coming up. JP Della Camera, Kate Margraf, and Kat Whitehill with all the action from Chicago next.
1-1 score. Here's how it started very early, second minute.
We'll start on a turnover won by Tobin Heath. Alex Morgan taking a shot on goal, and Abby Wambach framing it. And here we get to see Anya Mittag taking a great touch, increasing her angle, and beating Hope Solo with a cheeky little chip in the far corner.
1-1 at halftime. Moments ago, Ashley Ignelzi caught up with USA midfielder Megan Rapinoe.
Well, Megan, a fast start for the U.S., and then Germany scored the equalizer. What are your thoughts on the first 45?
Pretty good so far, actually, I think. You know, considering they're mid-season and gearing up for the Euros. I think we lack a little bit of intensity, which is showing, a little bit of urgency. I'm sure we'll adjust that in the locker room, but overall, I think it's pretty good.
How do you contain them? They were really pressing towards the end. How do you contain the German physicality?
We just need to stay compact. I think when we've gotten stretch, I'll find the seams. Happened on the goal. I found a seam through there. Just stay compact and stay organized, and then go from there.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Good first half. Kate, what can we expect in the second half besides substitutions?
We'll expect more of the same. Germany will get most of their chances from build-up play, while the United States, they win the ball in the attacking third, get 1 or 2 passes, and that's where they're creating some of their most dangerous opportunities.
We'll see what changes these two teams make And at what point? It's 1-1. Wambach and Mittag are the goal scorers. And they are announcing some subs. You're allowed up to 6 subs, and we'll see how that, Kate, will change the game.
Well, Germany's looking to get as many players played in, get them minutes against one of the best team in the world, the United States. Now for the Americans, they're trying to rest some legs. They're not as fit as they usually are. And it's a great opportunity for them to try to learn how to solve pressure, not using their athleticism or their physicality, because this is the fittest team in the world. But right now, they are not.
Carly Lloyd is in. Heather O'Reilly is in. And Amy Lepelbit is also coming in for the U.S.
Well, this add a completely different dimension. Heather O'Reilly likes to get wide. She likes to stretch the game. That's something we did not see a lot of end-line service.
The Germans have also made some changes. We'll try to get them all to you as best we can, but 15 is in Verena Feist in the white and black of Germany. And we saw a couple of other changes as well as the second half is underway. We'll see if it starts the way the first half did with that goal early in the second minute. U.S. trying to clear it out of the back. Off one deflection by Wambach. Germany is able to recover. Bartusiak for Peter. Giving right back to the U.S. Halfway line, Wambach. Carly Lloyd. It's broken up. Germany will take over. And Lloyd won it, but apparently fouled in the process. Carly Lloyd, of course, had that great Olympic final twice, actually. So stepping up in the big moments, that's how you earn the glory, for sure.
Well, she always scores the big goals when it's mattered most. To win the 2008 Olympic Games and to win with a 2-goal performance in the 2012 Olympics. And the best part about that, she made the best out of her opportunity. She was sitting on the bench. Shannon Box gets hurt. She comes in, and she is the hero for the Olympic Games.
Here's Germany with Feist in the box, going to the back post. Nobody home to collect it. That's one of the newer players that came on. She plays for Wolfsburg.
We get to see the ball getting pushed through. Kim Kulik plays her in, and Feist trying to do a little side netting with her left foot. This is usually a defender for her club team, but that's the beauty of club and international play. If you're a good individual player, you'll come onto the national team, and you might have a completely different role.
Box playing with Lloyd in the midfield. Switched by Morgan. Box. Will any of the substitutions made by the U.S. help them maybe to free up Alex Morgan a little bit more?
Absolutely. All these substitutions will change the dynamic of the game.
Lloyd in the box. Sends it across. That was close. Wambach was there, hoping to redirect.
We get to see another look at that, and that's very similar to the first goal the United States called. Carly Lloyd is so good at taking the space. She takes aggressive touches. Here, I think she was actually shooting, but Abby Wambach is able to frame it. Here we go. We get to see her taking the space, and instead of going end line, I think she's trying to shoot it. Abby Wambach sitting on that back post just in case that shot isn't on frame, and she does it. She's just a touch off there. But I love the mentality of Abby Wambach. Even though she's not directly involved with the play, she's there just in case it bounces to her.
The German cross to the middle. Mittag missed. Feist couldn't get to it. Knocked to the outside. The speed of Heather O'Reilly slowed down a bit. Finds Lepelbit. Came in for Mitz as the right back. Box. O'Reilly. Mittag lost control. It's Bueller on it now for the U.S. And Home will hold on the feed from Bueller. Box. Rampone O'Reilly. Knotted down to Peter. She'll go back to Unger in goal. Mittag on the left, holding it. Drops it off for Feist. Played on the World Cup team in 2011 for Germany. That was her first. Marozhin drives high and wide of Hope Solo. These were the three subs who have come in, all pretty much offensive-minded for the United States. Again, you're allowed 6 subs in these matches, and we would expect both coaches would go to the bench and use all 6. Cheney out, Mitz out, and Rapinoe out.
Well, the luxury of playing for the United States is you have game changers sitting on your bench every single game, and Carly Lloyd is one of those today. But in all honesty, she has played the most minutes out of anybody in the Victory Tour thus far, and Jill Ellis is just trying to make sure the minutes are spread out. But this second half is geared towards Carly Lloyd. There will be a bigger space as the game opens up, as the legs get tired, for her to attack, and that's what she thrives in.
Germany also has to be wary of her long-distance shooting ability, as another foul is going to be called. Wambach took that last hit. Margaret Domke, match referee, made the call.
Well, Abby is so dominant in the air, and Bartusiak getting an elbow in there and hitting Wambach in the cranium. We get to see that again. Oh, it's just body on body, but because Bartusiak's momentum is carrying her into Wambach, it is a foul.
Long ball from Rampone into the box. One header, second one won by Germany and cleared by Marozhin. Out for a USA throw-in. How's Marozhin look to you? We talked about her being a star of the under-20 team, and you had said she might be one of the most talented players on this team despite her age.
Absolutely. She can handle 2 or 3 players on her. She's so calm and composed on the ball, but what the Germans love most about her is her vision under pressure. She doesn't get phased, and she can pick out players. I think the United States is doing a good job of cutting off her angles. She can't see the pass that she wants to hit.
From the left, it's Morgan. Gets inside the box. Played across, out for a corner. One of the rare corner kicks of the day. Let's see what the U.S. comes up with on this.
Well, you have to think the United States is going to be looking for Abby Wambach. And if not Abby Wambach, then Shannon Box. And then it goes down the line.
We'll play it short. Driven across, off Heath. Keeper's coming out. Goes off Kulig, who's gonna get it? Unger misplayed it. She was fortunate she got another crack at it. That was the very first corner kick of the game. The U.S. played it short, almost ended up striking gold.
They're just trying to draw the Germans out. Right now the Germans have their entire team sitting inside their box. Tobin Heath gets something on it. And Abby Wambach gets pushed down by Bartusiak again. Again, they're going at it. Abby wants the foul. But Abby is a big human being. She needs to stay on her feet in that challenge.
Back towards Ungerer. Oh, she gave it right back. Morgan! That's blocked. And there's some unhappy defenders back there for Germany. Annika Kron not pleased with what just happened, but she did get a block there. Otherwise, Morgan may have scored.
It was great defending by Kron. Last-ditch effort, is able to get something on it. And they made sure Unger knew they were upset, just like Unger made sure she knew she was upset at her team and with the first goal.
Last time they went with a short corner. This time, no one is showing for that particular option. O'Reilly will take it. Driven ball to the middle. Picked up box through traffic. It's blocked. For a split second, you saw an opening there. Now it's cleared by Germany. Off Rampone. Pelbit for Lloyd. Took that ball well. Continues. Trying to play it up the middle. Blocked by Bartusiak.
That is excellent by Lloyd. That is something they want her to work on, is turning in that pocket right there.
Mittag. There's plenty of help defensively for the U.S. They collect with Lepelbit. Germany will take over again. Bresnik. Broken up on that far side. And she gets called for the foul and trying to run it back. Here are the German subs, Feist, Wensing, and Kulig. So they made 3 as well. Berenger, Schmidt, and Odebrecht were the 3 who were replaced. So halfway done with the potential subs. Here is Lloyd holding in this 1-1 game. Goal scorers are Wambach in the 2nd minute for the U.S., Mittag in the 14th for Germany. O'Reilly. Wow, that was a tough landing. Upfield, Mittag into the middle. Kulig took a push. Feist down the wing. Looks to cross and does. Well done, well received, but well defended as well. It goes to Mittag. That's blocked. Morozhin, how about that quick turn? Kulig blocked by the U.S. Peter, another block. Giving up the bodies. Louder, and now the U.S. can breathe.
Wow, the spine of the team of Germany is so young and so promising. You have Marjan, who is 20 years old, Kim Kulig, who is 22, and then Lauder, who's 26, and those 3 are actually the usual starters. We get to see it coming down. Feist, picking her head up and having the savvy to find Marjan. Look at the power she has in the ball. A bad touch, but she stays on it, gets something to Mittag, bounces out, and once again, look at her composure on the ball, trying to pick something out. And eventually U.S. clears it.
Back to live action. It's the U.S. on the ball with O'Reilly to Lepelbit, picked off. Lauder looks for Kulig. Kulig will recover it. Wensing bouncing free. Lepelbit and Solo are on the same page on this. 57th minute. It's a 1-1 game on this fan tribute tour in front of a great crowd at Toyota Park in Bridgeview, Illinois. Solo drives this one up the flank. Trapped by O'Reilly. Try to put it into the feet of Alex Morgan. Idea was right. Execution, they didn't connect. It's a throw in for the U.S. O'Reilly. Shannon box. Ball played slightly behind. It allows Germany to defend that better against O'Hara. Bueller to Rampone. Off a block, Lepelbit receives it. And that was too much pressure on her. Taken away by the Germans. Mittag. Carefully slotted ball. Morozhin trying to return it to Mittag. Mittag fights with Rampone. They both go down. It's going to go against Germany.
And Mittag can't believe it. It was appeared to be a pure 50-50 challenge. But the United States isn't playing fast enough, and now the Germans are pouncing on all the opportunities. Morozhin trying to fly Mittag, and both of them going for the ball. It would be a very brave call by the referee to call a penalty kick right at that moment. There may have been contact. She did go down, but she wouldn't call it in that box, and I doubt she would call it in the other box as well.
U.S. will have a throw-in with Lepelbit. Morozhin has had a good game so far for Germany. And you wonder what her potential might be like. Just 20 years of age and already has done well on the big stage at the Under-20 World Cup level.
Well, she was the best player in the Under-20 World Cup. She's the best player on her club team. And you have to think that's going to translate because she's playing in one of the best leagues in the world on one of the best teams.
2015 World Cup, maybe that's her big stage. As that ball is cleared out, Canada gets to host the next Women's World Cup. Sylvia Naid has made those 3 changes here. You think she's pleased with what she's seen so far? You can't tell by that facial expression that she is, but how do you think they've done?
I don't think Sylvia makes any other facial expressions than that. But I do think she's happy. I think this is more her preferred starting lineup, and I think she wanted the game to open up before she put her younger players in and try to give them confidence when they had some more time and space on the ball.
This, as you know, is where Germany over the years has been very dangerous on set pieces.
Well, they're always so organized, and it's something they practice endlessly. So it's something that you can imagine a creative strike, or they're going to be looking for one of their towers, like a Kim Kulig, who is so good in the air. So look for number 8 to be a possible target on this ball.
So Lauder is peeled off. It's now Morozhin or Resnick. From about 19 yards away, one run over it. Morozhin sends it in, and that's headed away. It's going to be a corner kick, Germany's first corner.
We'll get to see the ball. They're trying to play in between that seam. Great defending and being in the right place in the right time by Abby Wambach.
Now they must defend this corner for Germany. An hour in the books. 1-1. Driven across with power. And it just missed. Kulig was over there at the back post. That one came flying through.
Marjan has such good technique on the ball. She drives in. Hope Solo doesn't win it, but thankfully Kulig is there just a bit too late with her run. But there is some steam on that ball. She's 20 years old and she's just striking it. It's just fun to watch the youth of the game internationally. Doesn't matter if they're not Americans, grow, because they're going to make the game better. They will advance everyone's game because you have to play against that, and you experience how good they are, and you want to get better then.
Higher pressure that time, but it's beaten by Bueller, beating Morozhin that time. Knocked forward by O'Hara, chested down by Germany. It'll come back to Peter. Kulig on the turn. Ball driven wide right, then headed. That was intended for Mittag, but she slowed down on her run. She may not have thought she could have caught up to that ball.
Well, I'm surprised that Germans haven't had as much flank play as they talk about that's their style. But a lot of it's because the service they're giving each other. They're finding these driven balls, but it's all at their head and their chest. It takes too much time to bring that down and set play.
Helbet. Rampone directs her to go back to Solo. Solo will hold it back to Rampone. All the way upfield. US gave that one away too easily. Kulig, Lauder, Resnick. Forced back by Morgan. And Heath. And now it comes back to goal. Unger has to be a little bit more careful than that. Bit of nerves that time. Bartusiak lost it. Over to the right. Morozhin. Skill on the ball, finds Mittag, let it go for Kulig. Well done, and now even better to Feist. Can't believe she missed that. Germany have had two great looks tonight to go ahead. Lauder missed an earlier one. She missed one there.
Well, their build-up play, it's not one, it's two, it's 3 passes, and the interplay and the instinct of knowing where each other's at is impressive. Feist just does not get her hips around the ball. It slices off of it. Just not good enough contact, not improved follow-through. And that right now the Germans have missed 2 golden opportunities to go ahead and take the win in this game, to take the lead.
Rampone for Bueller. Over to Shannon Box, 1-1. Last goal came in the 14th minute. It was Mittag after Wambach scored in the second. Germany has had more of the better opportunities to score since then. 2 clear looks by Lauder and by Feist. Kulig turns, looks upfield, thinking about it. Nice ball, Mittag, big save, Solo. Rebound out and sent wide. That's the save of the night from Solo. Otherwise, Mittag would have had 2.
The connection and interplay between the front and the back lines, because they're so close together, making it so unpredictable. Mittag with a run. Solo coming off her line, anticipating the play, able to cut down the angle and make herself big on the shot. And here we get to see again Mittag with the run, takes a one-time shot, but Solo had already anticipated the play. Her experience comes out, and she makes herself big. Right now, that is the best save of the game.
Lloyd up the middle, that's broken up. Sylvia Nye knows that her team is doing better lately, but nothing to show for it in this 1-1 game. We asked her what she would consider a success, the 2 games against the United States, and she said results, but she didn't say win. I mean, they'd love to win them both, but she said if we play well, she'd be pleased with that.
Right, she said close to win.
Yeah.
She's like, it's okay if we don't win, as long as we're close to winning. But in the end, it's about building team chemistry, merging the young and the old together, where they start to build up this unity as they head towards Euros this next summer.
Solo for Buehler, 66th minute. Box on the turn. Off Heath. Wambach. Down she goes. 2 players down. Wambach was up quicker. That's Kron that's still down.
Wambach's gotten in numerous tussles this half with Bartusiak, the other center back, and now with Kron. Wambach and Kron both going for it. They're both leaning in for it. And Kron leaving her feet to get the ball, and Abby and her are just in such close proximity. They're going to tumble each other and have contact.
You know, all the players that we talked to yesterday, Wambach, Rampone, and others, they all said that they all talk about who the new coach might be. It's always on their mind, and you've got 8 players over the age of 30, so you know that there'll be some changes that'll be made. But Wambach is talking about playing through the next World Cup, so talk about determination. She's looking forward to 2015, and the way she's been playing, nobody would ever doubt that she could make that.
Absolutely not, and they've been given confidence. Both Rampone and Wambach were told by Sunhagi that, you know, basically they were in her plans, but Wambach is no longer, I mean, Sunhagi's no longer the coach. Wensing and Wambach again going at it. The physical nature of Wambach means that she's going to get in these tussles all the time.
Tobin Heath on this free kick right near the corner flag. Wambach, one of the many U.S. targets. And that ball was not intended to work out that way. Lepelbit will end up with it all the way back to Solo.
Just trying to draw him out. Just trying to draw him out.
Oh, yeah. They'll laugh about that one later. Headed forward by Germany. Held up there by Germany. Change of possession almost there. Now it is for Box. Intended for Wambach. Taken away. Lauder. Wensing. Wensing is another one of those players on the under-20 World Cup squad. She's just 19.
And she's only joined this Germany team in March. She hasn't had a lot of experience with them, but she had such promising play in the World Cup. They decided to give her a call-up.
Just her 3rd cap with this full national team. 3 players involved in that. It's going against the United States. That's Verena Feist, and if she was on target earlier, Germany would be up.
Well, she's a quick little player, anticipates the ball well. And here, she's trying to chip it in the far corner, and she's reading the ball from Coolidge and just doesn't get her hips around it, has so much time, but sometimes when you have that much time, you think about it, and you end up shanking the shot.
At age 23, part of that young nucleus that you'll most likely see in 2015. Of course, everyone still has to qualify, but the Germans are always there. Shockingly, they weren't in the Olympics, but that's because of the way that qualification was. You had to finish in the top 2 in the World Cup to get there. So there was no real qualification process. Otherwise, you would have bet money on the Germans making it.
every single time. That's easy money. They're just so organized, so structured in their style play, and they're just relentless on any error that you make.
O'Reilly. Rampone. Rampone told us yesterday that when a new coach comes in, she's just going to take it year by year, see what the new coach says, but Christie didn't want to commit to anything farther than that. Other players talked about extending it, but you never know with a new coach. New personality, new voice, and then always a change at some point. Maybe not immediate, but at some point.
Well, he has to identify who he wants his leaders to be.
He?
Or she.
Or she, okay. Just checking.
I think there's only one female name in the coach's
no,
name.
I thought you had inside information that you weren't sharing. He or she.
Supposedly it's narrowed down to 2 men.
Okay.
But right now the coach of the next team will have to decide who he or she, the leaders are. And from that, if they're none of these experienced players that they have currently, then they need to build them up, give them experience in that role. And it's just going to be a really tough transition time for the United States. They're going to have incredible interpersonal skills and decision-making.
Carly Lloyd lost it there. Feist will pick it up and play it back to Ungerer. Higher pressure on Ungerer, but she released well to Feist. She couldn't control it. Lloyd. Back heel for Morgan. Mittag. Louder for Germany. 71st minute, a 1-1 game. Both goals coming early in the first half of play. First of 2 games for Jill Ellis as the interim head coach. She is the development director, U.S. Women's National Soccer Team, assisting April Heinrichs in that capacity as they try to identify the future of the women's game.
She's more of a caretaker right now, as she told me last night. She's just trying to keep it fun and just trying to put the best team out there in organized shape.
Bresnik is down. We should point out, too, that Jill Ellis took herself out of the running for the job. She did not want to be the head coach of this team. Happy with the role that she currently has, so immediately she said yes, she would do the interim coaching deal, but she did not want to be a candidate for it.
Well, a candidate right now. One day I do hope she might put her name in it. I think she's one of the best coaches in America. Her tactical expertise and knowledge just blow me away. It's so fun talking to her with her X's and O's. But it's something you don't want to see. You don't want to see Bresnik, who is one of the veteran leaders for this German team, to go down. She was an outside right back during the World Cup in 2011. They need her ability to go forward, so they've moved her into the right outside mid. And she plays for Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah. You can probably correct me in the pronunciation
that's it.
of that.
You got it. Paris Saint-Germain.
There we go.
But they're spending huge money with Ibrahimovic and others on the men's side. Now they're starting to attract more women to their team.
Well, they have Kron, the center back from Germany. They have a Swedish player that played for the Chicago Red Stars, one of my favorite players and one of my old former teammates. And they're just investing in lots of people, and they're trying to play against Lyon and win the Paris title.
Becky Sauerbrunn from St. Louis will come in, and Kelly O'Hara comes out. Looks like she'll just line up in that same spot as the left back.
That's a spot she played for DC when there used to be a WPS in the league in America. And now she's playing out wide. She usually plays center back for the national team. But Kelly O'Hara was no longer pushing forward wide. And I think that's the reason why Jill Ellis subbed Kelly O'Hara out and now put some fresh legs in there to gain that forward movement out of their back four.
Back it comes to Hope Solo in the 73rd minute. Still 1-1. USA and Germany. First of 2 games against the Germans. Next one is Tuesday night, East Hartford, Connecticut at Rentschler Field. And the Germans will head back home. So Bresnik is the player that was injured. So only 10 on the field at the moment for Germany. We'll see if they tape her up, get her back out there, or bring on a sub.
But let's hope the United States takes this opportunity. They're a man up and start to get some good chances on goal that they can hopefully convert.
Played into Lloyd, almost came through. Morgan trying to flick it back. And now it's taken over by Germany. Giving it right back to Shannon Box with a look up. Quick pass, maybe too quick. Bueller saw an opportunity to go forward. Tobin Heath has help. Lloyd a bit choppy there for the U.S. and they lose possession at the end.
Their touches have to be so perfect in there. We get to see Lloyd trying to take on 3 players. It's just too compact, too condensed. They get it out wide. They'll stretch the game out, and they'll have more time and space.
Svenja Hoot will come on for Bresnik. It doesn't make sense to, if Bresnik is injured, to throw her out there in this situation. They have other subs they could bring in, and Hoot comes on. Her 8th appearance. She's also one of the young players at age 21. Off the chest of Wambach. It's the 4th sub for Germany. Here's O'Reilly. 2 players down in the middle of the field. O'Reilly turns, shoots! A threatening shot, but play is stopped now for the 2 players that are down. Box is 1, trying to see who the German player is that's down.
Well, Heather O'Reilly makes something out of nothing here. She's able to take her momentum and turn the other way, looks up, and Anger a little bit off her line. She was 2 or 3 yards out. I don't think she's anticipating the shot, more of some kind of cross. And O'Reilly hits it over. That one touch and movement and the little deception, and O'Reilly goes the other way, buys her so much time and space. And unfortunately, she hits it over. Anger doesn't have to make a save because Anger was out of position.
Great opportunity for O'Reilly, who's been a player in 2 World Cups and 3 Olympics. We're trying to get a look at the injured German player, but that's
Kim
2
Kulik.
injuries, yeah, and she was a second-half sub.
Well, she's the one who blew her ACL in the World Cup. And a lot of people believe when she blew her ACL was kind of the wake-up call for Sylvia Neid, the German coach, to start to invest in other players along with all the youth that we're seeing, because they depended on so much from her. She was a stabilizer for this team. When she blew her ACL, that team partly imploded because of that.
Let's hope she's okay. Meanwhile, talk about some offense. Alexandra Popp will come on. Again, a young player at 21. 29 caps, 19 goals.
She's incredible in the air. A lot of people compare her to Wambach in the air because she puts so much power on it, and her timing is impeccable in reading the service.
Well, the Germans probably appreciate the scoreline right now at 1-1, but a bit upset about 2 injuries right now.
Because they're carrying some injuries.
Yeah.
Bobby, Lotzen, they have 2 young players they brought on to hope give them experience, and on their first day of training, Bobby gets hurt. Lotzen gets hurt yesterday with a quad strain. So they bring a big roster, but it's starting to get decimated.
Mittag has just come out. So Popp is coming in for her. I thought it was going to be for Kulik. Kulik was the injured player. Here's Feist leaving it off. Intended for Popp. Kulik is still off the field, so Germany are playing with 10. O'Reilly's going to have the throw-in for the United States. For Morgan, we announced the crowd, sellout crowd, better than 19,000 plus here at Toyota Park. Off the block, Feist is after it. Picked up by Morgan, leads it. O'Reilly catching up to it at the end line. The cross headed right up the middle. Nice fake by Box, and then lost it in the end with that final touch, and then committed the foul. Great hustle from Shannon Box.
We can see Shannon Box an aggressive first touch. It gets away from her, and then she just puts her leg up to try to prevent momentum going the other way. And it was a smart professional foul. Allows the team to reorganize.
Age 35, she's out of Notre Dame. That was another coaching candidate we had heard about, Randy Waldron, who coached her years ago in the running. A lot of good names out there to succeed Pia Sundhage. Here's Feist getting it forward. Maroshin to the outside for Feist. The look up, sending it in, but it's right to Hope Solo. US looking for some space, halfway line. He tried to play it up for Morgan. She may have thought she was going to be in an offside position. Wensing just blasted out.
Fans, please stick around for an exclusive post-game interview immediately following tonight's match with our Budweiser
79th minute,
of the match.
a 1-1 game. It's off Lauder. Kulig is back on the field for Germany. They were playing with 10 for a short while. Halfway line gain, Hop. Wide for Feist, that's knocked away by the pelmet. Rampone, up the middle. Lloyd, turning, blocked. Taken away by Kulig. She recovered quickly, didn't she?
She did recover quickly, especially when she went down that way and just her face in anguish.
It looked serious as she was getting help to the sideline. It's Germany's ball.
She's one of the faces of Germany. Right now, Alexandra Popp, she's a young player. She's coming back from a knee injury. They said last night that she's only 90%. But they want to give her some time. And she was such a main factor for them in the World Cup, winning balls in the air. They called her the penalty box princess in the German media.
U.S. on the attack. Wambach heads for goal. Headed up and out by Bartusiak. Corner for the U.S. First one from this near side of the field.
Play after play after play. Bartusiak is breaking things up for the German defense. Alex Morgan skins somebody down the end line, try to find Abby Wambach. But the poise of Bartusiak, the German defender, to head it up over the goal in such close proximity to her goal line is impressive.
O'Reilly has taken all the corners for the U.S. Right to the middle. Cleared up the middle, off Pop. O'Reilly brings it down, sends it in. Unger hesitated a little bit. It's going to be another corner kick. There's a tricky ball coming across. Bartusiak is trying to be the vocal leader back there. Heather O'Reilly out of University of North Carolina, sending it across. One header. It's loose. Knocked away. Still a loose ball in the box. Cleared over. Box. Chased wide by Marosian. It's another corner kick. They're saving everything for the end here.
Trying to make it exciting. Typical of this United States team. Always dramatic fashion in the style that they play. Well, a service into the near post, running the ball falling away from the defender, and Carly Lloyd almost gets a toe on it. A good save by Anger, putting her body down, getting something on it to deflect it out of danger.
Driven in, Unger came out, had both fists up there. It's a mishit, headed forward. Germany looks to go back the other way. Solo is retreating. She was upfield a bit. Pop leads the attack. Feist on a ball led for her. Looks to cross, curls it up over Solo. Well, Feist has looked very good except for that final play.
That little last pass, she's just a little bit off with her technique, but Germany can breathe a huge sigh of relief that all those corner kicks did not result into anything.
Super subs coming in. Sydney Leroux and Amy Rodriguez. Shannon Box will come out to a nice ovation. Amy Rodriguez comes in. How about Sydney Leroux? 10 goals this year as a substitute. That's a record for the U.S. women's national team. And you saw her story earlier on Fox. With a Canadian background, and some called her a traitor. Now she plays for the U.S., and she could be a bigger face and a bigger presence at the next Women's World Cup.
It was a great feature that we had in our pregame. And we get to know a little bit more about what drives her and why she has so much passion towards the game. But she just runs at people. She's fearless. And in fact, they've actually tried her at left back. They were trying anything to get her on the roster, to get more playing time, because she's competitive, she battles for everything, and she has incredible speed. The one thing you cannot teach.
Scored one goal in the Olympics as well. Germany will win that in the air, knotted down. Push back. Kron will clear it. Feist to the outside. Peter. And that ball is out. Let's go downstairs. Kat Whitehill, get your thoughts on the way this second half has played out.
Oh, well, it's been a fun second half to watch, that's for sure. But the interesting thing that I just heard the assistant coach, Paul Rogers, just say to both Amy Rodriguez and Sydney Leroux, the message to the team right now is we are playing to win. Tell Carly to hold a bit more, but we're going to push players forward. We want to go for the victory. And I just love that mentality of the United States, because even though it's a victories tour, we still want to come out and beat the Germans. That's how the United States always has been, and that's how they are tonight. And they want to put on a good show for this wonderful crowd.
Kate, are you surprised at all?
I mean, why not go for it? They're doing enough to win the game. They've had enough chances. They should be doing that. This is a pride of the United States jersey. You put it on no matter what physical shape you're in or conditioning you're in.
Peter on the cut has O'Reilly defending. O'Reilly won it and then lost it right back. Feist, the cross. 2 players down again. Goal kick, U.S.
Well, they're just trying everything. Germany, finally, Feist has a far post service that is towards the vicinity of one of her teammates, Alexandra Popp, who we talked about is incredible in the air. But right now, the United States made some substitutions, which means they tactically have changed their personnel, with Tobin Heath now playing the attacking center mid. That's something that Pia Sundhage envisioned her future long-term plan, was to have Tobin Heath sitting in that 10 spot, creating and dictating play.
Far side cross from Germany. There's Popp. She was there.
Well, she was a star in the in the Youth World Cup that she played in, winning the golden ball. This is partly why she gets so much power on the ball, because of her timing and her ability to read the service. You could hear that ball hit the boards. It had so much pace on it.
Coming upfield, that's Feist. Making a run. O'Reilly with the look up. Has Morgan and LaRue. After Wambach was subbed out. Off a block, stayed in play. Peter did well with that. In the 87th minute, still a 1-1 game. Chested down, that's Morgan. Blocked and cleared. Look out for Germany if they could get to that ball. That's where the speed of O'Reilly helped out, winning it back for LePelbet.
That's something O'Reilly provides you. She is such a great defensively disciplined player. She knows that if Amy LePelbet is up, she has to cut back central and try to help her teammates out.
Carly Lloyd for the U.S. in a 1-1 game against Germany. Amy Rodriguez lost it there. Feist right back up. 87th minute. Maroshan looking, sending it in, and Solo's right there. We're talking about the USA playing to win. Germany's playing to win it as well.
Absolutely. The game is starting to stretch out a lot more, meaning players have time and space on the ball to pick their head up and do creative things like Maroshan did. Unfortunately, she just used the wrong foot and or the wrong surface and hit it away from Popp and straight into Hope Solo's hands.
LePelbet will push it back. It's Rampone to the outside for Bueller. 88th minute, a 1-1 game. O'Reilly slowed down. You hear her saying yes, she wants that ball back from Tobin Heath. Instead, it's Peter back to Ungerer. Sydney Leroux was making a run towards her. Germany will get it back. Wensing. She's got some room as she gallops forward. They're backing up on her. She hit her own teammate Popp with a shot. Lloyd for O'Reilly in the 89th minute. Long ball from Heath. LaRue with the freshest legs in the game goes after it. Ungerer was outside the box to clear. Brought down by O'Reilly. Look at that move. That was sweet. There she comes. Drives it across. In the air, Morgan. LaRue was also over there making the run. Tobin Heath comes back for the loose ball. Gathers it in. Finds LePelbet. O'Reilly. Head up. Now forced away to Heath. 3 Germans converge on her. Ball is taken away. Marozhin trying to get by Lloyd. That's a terrific play she made. Not to lose the ball and get the Germany attack going forward. Pop will receive this. Pop drives it wide of Solo.
Well, Germany's taking all these long distance shots, which usually means they're running out of options because they're probably tired and they're not able to think that next step, that next through ball. Except for Marozhin, number 14. If they're able to get her on that ball in more of those attacking higher spots, they could probably be a bit more unpredictable.
You're not likely to beat Hope Solo from that distance.
No, you're never going to beat Hope Solo from that distance, and you're not going to beat Anger from that distance. They're most goalkeepers.
Switched across to Feist. Gave it up. O'Reilly from Heath. Towards LaRue. LaRue almost got around. Still going to belong to the United States.
Just the excitement that you hear in the crowd, and you can see it on the field when she's running for a ball. It's like anything's possible. And that's such a confidence boost when you're tired in your game to see her come on and know that she'll be running for your team.
Feist on the left. 3 minutes are going to be added on here in stoppage time as Germany heads upfield with Feist. Second half sub with a cutting ball to the left. Marozhin. Terrific young player. Plays it across. One header. Blocked, and the U.S. will clear it. Marozhin was a handful, though, for the U.S. defensively. Here is the United States coming back with Rodriguez. They continue forward, and then that last pass is picked off by Peter to Pop. Alexandra Pop will switch it. Kulik to the outside. Second minute of stoppage time. Annika Kron. Lauder got it free. Numbers forward for Germany. Ball coming across. Wide of Solo again.
Well, Hoot's trying to make a name for herself on this full team, and she's just trying to chip it in the far post. I love the confidence that these young players that Germany has. They're just trying things. They're going for it.
Marozhin's pass to Hoot. From distance again. Easily scooped up by Solo.
I don't love that.
Yeah. LaRue with a flick. Towards Morgan, knocked away. Out for a USA throw-in. Got about a minute to go. Sydney LaRue in the U.S. Look for the go-ahead goal, which at this stage would turn into a game-winning goal. Kron almost lost it there with LaRue right there. Peter is back for it. Lapel bit forced back by Marozhin. She's running like the game just started. Marozhin, full 90 minutes from her. Great effort tonight. Feist. Less than a half minute to go, unless more time is added. Bueller. Up for Lloyd. Slipping through. Not much time left as Lloyd got it forward, headed away by Germany. They collect for Feist. Laid off there. Peter, that's going to do it. A 1-1 draw, just result, Kate?
Absolutely. It was a pretty balanced play. I think Germany towards the end had the better of the chances because both teams are exhausted. It was that final ball for the United States and the Germans that was letting them down. But it was a good matchup, and the USA has to be happy with this result because they are not in the form that Germany is at the moment.
Abby Wambach scored the goal for the United States in the second minute. That gave the U.S. the lead, and then in the 14th minute, Anja Mittag scored to even it for Germany. That's the last that we saw in terms of the goals in this game. Stick around. Still a full post-game show to come your way with John Strong and Kat Whitehill as the USA and Germany play to a 1-1 draw.
USA won, Germany won tonight. It finishes here in Chicago. U.S. getting on the board early, but unable to get the win.
And it was a beautiful goal. Another Alex Morgan, Abby Wambach connection. They are so good at knowing exactly where each other is in the box. And Alex Morgan with a perfectly placed cross, and Abby just sliding it in. Well done from the United States. But then here the Germans, they find a way through the midfield. Great combination play from Lauder, and then Mittag, she takes not one but two, almost closes down her angle, but then a world-class finish with a little chip over the head of Hope Solo, and Mittag shows why she's one of the best players in the world right now. And take another look at it. This second touch, thought the angle might have been closed down just a little bit, but with Hope coming out like that, it looked, but she was able to chip right over Hope's head.
For all the talk we heard from the U.S. coming into this game about, hey, we're not quite in shape, we're not quite in competitive game form, it's just the third time in 26 games this year they have failed to win. Is this disappointing, this draw tonight?
Anytime for the United States not to get a W on the board, it is a bit disappointing, even if it is a victory tour, but even more so because it's against their big arch rivals in Germany. And yeah, they're going to walk off the field and feel a little disappointment, but at the same time, they know that they weren't in their perfect form. So to get a tie against a Germany team that is in really good form, that's something to build on, and they will be happy about that.
Well, Abby Wambach tonight, goal 147 of her international career in that opener, just 11 shy now of Mia Hamm's all-time record for the United States. Part of a good early burst we saw really in each half, and then tail off a bit as the halves went on. But let's go down here from Abby Wambach. Ashley Ignelzi's with her downstairs.
Well, Abby, a fast start for the U.S. and pretty much a relentless effort for both squads. What did you think of your team's performance tonight?
I mean, I think we played as well as we possibly could have. You know, we haven't been training very much together, and the fact that we can come against a great side like Germany. You know, today's a game that soccer enthusiasts love. It's who's going to crack first. And, you know, I'm proud of us for not, you know, letting them, you know, go up one on us in the second half. And, you know, Hope comes up with a big save, possibly a penalty for us. You know, there's a lot of cool things that happen in this game, and most of all, I'm happy that we came and had the Chicago fans here to, you know, show them what we're about, and it was a great performance, I thought.
Well, it was a pretty physical match as well, and you mentioned the great Chicago crowd. They were up on their feet, oohing and on. Did it feel like a friendly?
No. You know, the thing is, in international games, they're called friendlies, but there's really nothing friendly about them. You go out, you try to win, you try to show your country. You know, we're trying to celebrate a gold medal, and we're so lucky to be able to do it against the #2 team in the world. And, you know, I'm glad to get the tie. I feel like we had some chances. They had some chances. So, you know, we got them in a couple days, and we're going to go back to the drawing board.
All right, thanks, Abby. John, let's send it back to you.
Thank you, Ashley, and some of the biggest cheers we heard tonight for Abby Wambach as she gets that goal. Alex Morgan with the assist. And we've been talking about the U.S. Kat, what do you think of Germany tonight?
I like their style of play. Obviously, they're very structured, and they know exactly where they want to be, but there was a little bit more of a flair to them this time around. I think that has a lot to do with the youth of this team. Marijan, she was so crafty on the ball, so comfortable on the ball. She knew where she wanted to go. She's able to look up because she creates space between her and defenders. And Mittag with that goal, that is just a world-class finish against a world-class goalkeeper like Hope Solo. So for her to do something like that, it's very encouraging for Germany, and they played their normal style with a little bit of flair, and I liked it.
Well, you can think of it as just the first game of the tie. They're going to play again on Tuesday in East Hartford, Connecticut. These two teams, as the fan tribute tour continues, we'll have the game at the end of November in Portland against the Republic of Ireland, and it will continue into December with China. Special thanks to our producer tonight, Carlos Suarez, our director, Jeff Strauss, and our entire Fox Soccer crew here in Chicago. Final score, USA 1, Germany 1. For JP Delacamera, Kate Markgraf, Kat Whitehill, and Ashley Ignelzi, I'm John Strong, saying good night.